all public institutions to submit integrity plans to Office of the Special Prosecutor. Ayaka. Wait, but let me do the one for watching a we be brave. Mami read this story like a crunch show. All public institutions, departments, and agencies will be required to prepare and submit integrity plans intended at assessing deficiencies in all their activities to determine their vulnerability and exposure to corrupt practices. Okay, you're going. This, according to the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabing, is aimed at helping the fight against perceived or actual corruption. This Special Prosecutor, today, you are telling us to say, you want to confront the institutions, public institutions. Now, guide you mo say nyoma emo mo bokrono no sa krono no omumbo inti what the measures we beto. Now, government workers who now so you need to go in. That is why there is an auditor general. That is not your job. This special prosecutor is a waste of everybody's time. Now, why do you think we have an auditor general? So institution being Imrano, every person who is employed in Ghana, as a civil servant, they know the conduct, they know the roles, they know the rules of the job. They are trained before they are employed. Every single individual public service that is why the auditor general can sit. That is why Imranama Hokwan say you can coordinate with the auditor general and say, let us enter this department, let us enter this ministry, and then do our own auditing. And let me work with you to know whether they are stealing. You don't go there and say, me pese me buamo, se ne be ya kronu bi mo pese bono, mu nya chance mbo. No. This special prosecutor is a junkie. Or a John, and a junkie. He's a John. Ultimate nyejumano. Ultimate prosecute. This guy, he can talk. At the end, between the list to be about ultimate nyehoshe. Serpent nankasa na wohono. So this guy we all trust and say Koba. Abemaya some fact, you know. Today he is actually telling us a consultant. Right now he's a counselor against corruption. So he will be counseling government institutions against corruption. Your job is not to counsel. Your job is not to guide. The system has been put together in a way whereby people occupying positions know when they are doing wrong. There is a system that can check them. There's the Auditor General, there's the CID, your office is there. You can pick a phone and call the Auditor General and say, I feel that this EC, you actually audited them. I have not seen your report. Can I see the audit report of this EC? Let me look at it. Is something going on there? That is your job. You don't foolishly tell us that you are going to help them stop corruption. It means you have no job. You have no idea of what you are doing. You are a John. When you know the law degree, but then I'm Ghana and because you have been compromised one way or the other. How you got this job? How we thought to say you will be different from the rest? You are not proving anything. The issue is when you NDC that is how it is. He can only be effective when he gets an NDC person to go after. But without that, everything that he would do is a waste of time. Still, ABJ na one namho ultimate prosecuting ABJ. You are just a junkie. You are just a John. You don't know what you are doing. You have become a counselor to government institutions. The last time you met say boy be, I'm some friend Mr. Logic. Mr. Camera na ayefo. A mic ayefo. Obi atna mic echi for some time and I just don't nyansa che obi a. Yeah. Last meeting so ka say I Ghana single spine system no and na ye for and na e derail ye derail your progress and a single spine system no abrofo no they don't rely on single spine system into abrochira otumu so be adwuma tre him say shut up DJ logic o say there you are not making any logic here. You are basically letting people know your ignorance. And Ghanaians and the single spine. When you go to Europe, they don't use single spine. And when you go to Europe, you know, people who work in government, you know, they can also work 2-3 jobs. In Ghana, nobody is stopping any government worker to work other jobs. The issue is, let's say you're a government worker in Ghana. Now we are Juma or NIA. We are full-time, a government worker, 9 to 5. Now, when you're another company you want to work for, now the company too is an IT company. Now remember, Ghana government, there are rules and regulations, things you can talk about, things you cannot talk about. You are privy to secret data, things to protect. Now, the job you have gotten, you need to understand, say, first employer, a government, you protect the government secrets. Now you are working with a private entity that can be contracted by this government. How can you work for the government, protecting the privacy of the government, and at the same time going out there to protect a private company? You cannot do it. And the job will be in Abemuno, especially when it comes to America. If you're a federal worker, there are rules and regulations, things you can do and things you cannot do. So if you work for the CIA, they know the CIA handles sensitive issues. You cannot work for a private company. You cannot work for a private security company because you might share their data with a company by mistake or whatever, or deliberately. So the system in Ghana is not stopping anyone from working as a government worker and getting another job. The issue is, it's your new employer. It's your old employer. Are you ready to commit to that contract? What is in it? Conflict of interest in about America. Or be a teacher near, or bet me say you be a supermarket. Now, the issue is, so you're Ghana civil servant. We are from 9 to 5. The issue is, so you could pay another job. Over starting the time bank and upon time bank and an power sababa yejuma. Because let's say you are a fire officer, fire service now yejuma. We are from an upon 9 to number 5. No problem. Let's forget about the contractual agreement and all that, data protection. Also, I pay you for a teacher. Time ben I'll be starting say juma na time ben I'll be pong, and time ben I'll be sabe juma the next day. The issue is that time now o sare ko juma no e ma wo mbre obe juma your effort your output no e be go form to the point that you will be fired because you'll be sitting at work and you'll be sleeping. You'll be sitting at work and your output will not be effective. You because say juma no and so any. So that's why when people in Africa, when they get a full-time job, they cannot do other jobs. When they come to Europe, there are people who work part-time. At the end of the day, what happens is, say, obetuma 3 part-time jobs. Now, 3 part-time jobs, what happens is, say, obetuma Costco, 3 hours. Obetuma Walmart, 3 hours. Obetuma as a evening class teacher or whatever, 3 hours. The difference between and Ghana, and they say majority of the people are employed by the government. You sit behind the mic and you speak anyway. You are just a waste. Now, 70% of the people employed in Ghana are not in the private sector. They are in the public sector. And they are all under that what we call the 5 to 9 brackets. How many of them can say we are working 5 to 9 and work other jobs? But when it comes to Europe and America, majority of the people working, they are not employed by the government. Majority are working with the private institutions. So if we have more private companies, more investors in the country, employing 20,000 people, 30,000 people, people can now choose their time because they are not constrained in that 5 to 9 thing whereby you need to stay within. But this guy sits behind a mic and then talk as if Ghana is operating a 24-hour economy. We are not. Ghana does not operate a 24-hour economy. Supermarkets here sometimes runs 24 hours. 7-Eleven, and they work 24 hours. So what they can do is they can make somebody work for 2 hours and go. Somebody can work for 3 hours and go. What about Ghana? How many companies run 24 hours? Every idiot sits behind a mic and he thinks that he's intelligent. Mr. Logic, Mr. Logic. Now what you see me to talk confusing people. They don't know the dynamics. They don't know anything. Because if yours is just entertainment, stick with it. Your level of intelligence is too low. And sometimes people think I hate people. It is the misinformation I hate. Your economy is not a 24-hour economy. Don't blame the problem of Ghana today on single spine. No. The government absorbs a lot of Ghanaians. 70% of the people in Ghana work in government. 30% are private owned. How many companies in Ghana run 24/7 service? None. So where do you want people to get a part-time job? You are too ignorant. Stop that. Stop it. Do you know the transport system in America? The transport system in